If you have trouble finding friends that you actually like, this video is for you. So quick background. I am a recovering people pleaser and extremely shy person. So for a long time, I kind of had trouble making friends. I had trouble believing that people wanted to be friends with me, and I was constantly afraid of social judgment. But on top of it, something else happened early on in my life. Back when I was 14 years old, my parents decided to move into an RV to travel the world full time. And so the few friends I did have kind of rejected me for my unconventional way of living with my family. So this experience of rejection really reaffirmed my belief that I really didn't deserve friends. So fast forward through some mindfulness, through some growing up, and in my early 20s, I started to see that, okay, this is silly. I'm capable of making friends. I'm capable of meeting people. I can put myself out there. But then something else happened that made things more problematic. I realized that I didn't really like everyone. It was a win for me that I was able to put myself out there and meet new people, but the people that I kept meeting, I was kind of on a deeper level totally unsatisfied with. This wasn't the friend group that I wanted. This didn't really align with the experiences with friends that I imagined having in my life. Now let's fast forward to today, where I basically have the friend group that I perfectly scripted and manifested like 2 years ago. And each and every person in my friend group was intentionally designed in my mind and then attracted in real life. So here is how I made that happen. Prior to this exercise, my typical approach to making friends was just putting myself in situations with people who have the same interests as me. Even though interests are important, sometimes they're not the most important thing. If you want to connect with someone on the basis of interests, it's really important that you choose a specific type of personality that you're looking to become friends with. Because here's the thing. Just liking the same thing doesn't mean you're going to get along great. So previously, I had always surrounded myself with climbers because I was a climber and I thought that I would just want to be friends with climbers. But then I started to realize that there were certain kinds of values, certain types of communication maturities that made the person that I wanted to be friends with. So once I realized that, I got really clear in my intention. But I usually like to recommend to my clients who are struggling with the same thing to get out a piece of paper and write down the specific characteristics of this ideal friend that you want to have. This is really similar to what people suggest that you do with dating, but a lot of people don't take it so seriously with friends, even though friendship is a really crucial part of our overall sense of love and belonging. I started by just thinking of the first friend that I wanted to have. I wanted someone who was fun, who was tough and gritty, who liked to camp, who liked to explore, who felt fairly outdoorsy, but also had a sense of integrity, was fairly confident. And that whole script of things that I kind of wanted out of a friend manifested in about 2 months. Now, I did the same thing with basically the other 4 to 5 great friends that I have in my life. So if you are someone who feels like I did, try this exercise and I'm telling you, it's going to work within weeks.